Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. Phil here. Today is Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. Welcome everyone, how are you doing? I hope I find you well. I welcome you to the first of 5 straight days of streaming and 4 straight days of double streams. Meaning for the next 4 days, including today, I will be streaming twice a day. So full content days for you guys and gals here live on stream. So, for those who weren't aware, we had a schedule shift, a schedule shuffle a little bit, okay? And you might not be aware of that, you know, maybe you haven't been paying attention and you haven't been to the nighttime streams or whatever either. So I'm going to explain that in just a moment. Today, what is today's stream? Today is by hook or by crook. Today is going to be the conclusion of Bloodborne, okay, guys? The bottom line is I beat all the story-based challenging content in Bloodborne back on, what was it, last week? Whenever it was, I don't even remember. When the last day I played Bloodborne last week, I beat Orphan, of course, and that's really it. I've pretty much beaten everything, okay, in the game. But the one thing I never did, and considering I said this was going to be kind of a redemption final last hurrah run, is I never went through the Chalice dungeons to see the final secret boss, the Queen of Yharnam, okay? And I wanted to see her and fight her. And I knew the Chalice dungeons were going to be an incredible fucking grind. They are. They're very time-consuming. Even if you know what you're doing, they still take a ridiculous amount of time to get all the components to craft each fucking chalice to get to the final end of it, alright? Now, when you beat this, you know, Yharnam boss, you get a final trophy, a golden trophy, which is the most elusive trophy in the game, okay? So I definitely want to do it. However, I played for 4+ hours in co-op on Monday, and I beat all of the regular, the Thumerian chalices. You need to do, like, what is it, regular, central, and lower. Then I beat the Ailing Loren chalice, and then we beat the Defiled chalice, alright? So people were telling me, oh, you're in line to start the final chalice dungeon. Apparently that's a lie, okay? Because apparently you need 4 red jellies in order to do this final dungeon chalice that has the queen in it. But I only have 2. You can only get 2 so far up to now. 2 of them you get in the campaign of the game. When you first go to the, I guess the school or whatever, the university where, you know, the demon jelly dudes are or whatever. So I need 2 more red jellies. And I was looking up on it this morning. I was looking at on a wiki. I was like, how do I get to this final area? And the answer, sadly, is that I need to do a whole other chalice dungeon. That's right. There's 2 chalice dungeons left to do to get these items. And I think one of them is like the lower something chalice, and the other one is the greater Is chalice, which I believe is the one that you need to do to beat. Well, you needed to beat Ebrietis to get it, I believe. All right. I have the wiki in front of me. One way or another here. Lower Loren chalice or the great Is chalice. And if you do the lower Loren chalice, you can get 1 red jelly in layer 2 and 1 in layer 3. Or in the great Is chalice, you can get 2 red jellies in layer 3. Okay? So, this is stupid bullshit. Basically, the game is going to force me to go into another chalice dungeon that's completely pointless. There's no reason for me to be there besides to grab 2 fucking randomly placed red jelly items so that I can go to the final chalice and fight the queen. It's terrible. I'm going to be honest, guys. I fucking hate the chalice dungeons. And that's my complete opposite of the attitude of the rest of Bloodborne and the rest of the From Software games. Listen, the reason that the From Software games excel, the reason that they're great, is because they are well-designed, deviously fun games with a difficulty curve that is very expertly designed by From Software. Everywhere you go is unique and interesting. There's unique traps, unique setups with enemies hiding behind doors and the like. It's really well done. The Chalice dungeons are completely the opposite. They're boring as dirt. They look the same. They're repetitive as hell. They're a crazy grind. It's the complete opposite of what you expect from a From Software game, and I fucking hate them. Alright? I hate them. That's terrible. So, basically, what I need to do here, sadly, which I didn't want to do. Today, my goal was I wanted to go into the final Chalice dungeon and play it legitimately with no co-op partners and just go through and experience kind of the final end game and get to the queen and fight her. Now I can't even do that because now I've got to waste my time going into another dungeon I shouldn't even need to go into all right? And farming these fucking red jellies is stupid as shit. It's a waste of time just to get to the secret boss. How fucking annoying, okay? And I'll be honest, I've lost my patience. I have. You know, I've been playing Bloodborne since the middle of April. And it was a lot of fun going back through the main game, going through the DLC. The second I started playing the Chalice Dungeons on Monday, I was like, I remember how bad these are, and this fucking sucks. Even with co-op, rushing through, it's still fucking boring. There's nothing that can make these Chalice Dungeons interesting. They are boring as fucking dirt, alright? If anything, though, guys, if anything, the one reason why this session of Bloodborne is going to be good is because hopefully, I'm going to get to the end of Bloodborne and beat the fucking game today. So what I'm going to ask, guys, just like I did on Monday, if you guys know what you're doing, if you're well-versed in the Chalice Dungeons, and you'd like to join me and help me get through the final one to find these red jellies, alright, I'm going to be looking for some co-op partners. And, quite frankly, since it looks like it's going to take so fucking long, when I finally get into the final Chalice Dungeon, alright, which is called the Great Thumeru Ithil Chalice, alright, I'm probably going to be using co-op to turbo through until I get to the final boss. Just real talk. It's too boring. It's going to be too fucking time consuming. I'm not going to have enough time to beat everything today if I do it legit. So what I want to do is get to the queen, and then what I'll do is I'll ask the summons to leave so that I can fight the queen legit. Head up, you know, clear the path to the queen, and then I just want to fight this final fucking boss. That's all I wanted to do to begin with, is just fight the final fucking boss. Alright. So, we'll see how it goes today. I hope it goes swimmingly. I hope we can grab the items in you know, not too much of a grind of amount of time. Alright. And I do want to fight this queen head up with I have no knowledge of her, by the way. I didn't look it up or anything. All I know is that she's at the end. So, I want to see what the boss is for myself. Legit, it should be pretty fun. If I can get to it. And that's the other thing. Can I even get to it, right? I don't know. Watch another roadblock pop up somewhere or something. I don't know what's going to happen. But I hope today, if this is it, alright, I hope this will be the end of it. This will be the final run, the last hurrah. Let's get this done with. Bloodborne, stick a fork in it. I'll have seen all the content once I fight the queen, and we can say, good shit, now let's wait for Bloodborne. Maybe E3 will get an announcement of Bloodborne 2, right? That would be sweet. But at this point, I can say the redemption run is done. I've legitimately beaten everything in the game, so let's see what happens. All right, that's what I'm hoping for today. Okay. Tonight, guys, there will be a second gameplay stream. It will be Yakuza 6. My apologies to those who were looking for Yakuza 6 last night. As I told you guys, kind of a last-minute thing that came up and I needed to take care of, so I didn't have a nighttime stream last night. However, Yakuza 6, 2+ hours of it will be resuming tonight. Okay. I believe in Yakuza 6, we're going to be heading back to Kamurocho. So for those of you who have enjoyed the content in Hiroshima, great. But now we're going back to the main setting of the Yakuza series to see what happens. I'm sure there'll be tons more side content opening up as usual. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Okay? Alright, tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. The continuation of Dead Space 2 Zealot difficulty. If you guys are not aware, maybe you weren't around yesterday, you missed the stream, or you haven't seen the videos yet on DSPGaming on YouTube, I started up a run of Dead Space 2. This is a game that I only played once ever, way back in the day, when it was a brand new release in 2011, and I really enjoyed it, and I still kind of believe it is the best game in the Dead Space franchise. Some people disagree and say Dead Space 1 was. I think Dead Space 2 was, because it had some refinements in the combat and the systems. You know, more weapon selection and definitely more enemy types, more variety in the enemies, for sure, that I really enjoy. But that being said, I really do like Dead Space 2. I wanted to do a run for it, because keep in mind, this is my 10th anniversary, and I wanted to replay some of the games over the years that I've really enjoyed and never had a chance to go back to. Dead Space 2 was definitely one of those, and I had some time this week. But I didn't want to just go back and replay the game the same way I did the first time. So I'm actually doing it on the hardest available difficulty called Zealot difficulty. And it's pretty fun, although it is, albeit, pretty cheap. There's some enemies that literally one-hit kill you no matter what. And there's other enemies that in the game are meant to grab you no matter what. Like, there's no way to avoid it. But because I'm on Zealot difficulty, they're taking away most of my health. Which in the game, they're only supposed to take, you know, normal difficulty a tiny bit because it's a cheap hit or a cheap grab. Now they're like, oh, 90% damage. Like, oh, fuck, right? But the good news is, there are great great checkpoints in the game. So even though I have had a lot of cheap deaths, I have been fine in just resuming from where I was and continuing on. And already, I believe I'm in chapter 6. And I don't remember how many chapters the game has. I do remember the last few chapters are much longer than the first chapters. In fact, if I remember correctly, don't you go back to the Ishimura? I think so. I think you go back to the Ishimura, which is the ship from the first game, for a big chunk of part 2. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun playthrough for sure, but I'm looking forward to more of it, and that's going to be tomorrow. It will be continuing, all right? This Zealot mode difficulty should be pretty fun. Then tomorrow night, more Yakuza 6. That's right. You know, I apologize for those who don't like Yakuza, that 2 days I'm playing it back-to-back. It just makes sense to do so since I didn't, get to play it earlier in the week, all right? Then, on Friday, my weekly dose of Ultra Street Fighter 2. I'm very excited. As you guys know, I love classic Street Fighter. I am trying to stay up to snuff and not rusty so that when the collection comes out, the 30th anniversary collection at the end of this month, I will be, ready to jump right in, knowing what I'm doing, rather than, like I said, being rusty and sucking. I should be doing pretty good. So, more of that on Friday, Ultra Street Fighter 2. And then Friday night will be the return of PUBG. All right, the return of PUBG. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if the new map will be available or not, but it'll be a fun, interactive PUBG stream, okay? Then on Saturday, it's going to be more Dead Space 2, and more than likely, it may be the conclusion of my playthrough. If I keep going at the rate I'm going, all right, and I'm doing well, I may beat the game on Saturday. Saturday night, I'm leaving open. And what I mean by that is I'm leaving it open for anything. Maybe I'll do more Yakuza 6. Maybe I'll do a random session of Call of Duty. I don't know. I'm leaving it completely open because I don't know what I want to do. Or let's say, for example, worst case scenario today, I don't finish fucking Bloodborne, which I hope I do. Maybe I'll finish that up, Saturday night. We'll see, okay? And then Sunday, again, another stream. I'm not sure what I'm doing, being that I now will be, kind of away for a few days starting on Monday. I don't know. What should I play? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to start a new project that I won't be able to finish. Maybe it'll just be more Street Fighter. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to play all this by ear because, again, I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish up these fucking shitty Chalice dungeons in Bloodborne. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish up Dead Space. So we'll see. All right. We shall see, guys. We'll see how it goes. So there you go. That's the rough schedule. Then reminder, guys. Reminder that on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, I am on time off. I will not be live streaming. It's time away for me to spend time with my girl and do stuff around the house, some spring cleaning and the like. That, I really wanted to spend significant time with Kat since she moved in and really haven't had a chance to do so because we've been so busy with work. There's a few things we'd be like, man, we would really like to clean this up or, spruce this up and make this look good or rearrange something. And we just haven't had any time to do it. The one day a week that we get off together, we're out. It's time to do errands. So we got to go grocery shopping if we need something for the house. If there's a doctor appointment, we have to do everything on that one freaking day a week. And it sucks because the day flies by like this, in an instant. And the next thing you know, our time's up. Like, well, back to the grind of work. And we don't really get to get stuff done. So that's really what this time away is going to be. 3 days of not streaming, okay? But it's not really significant time away because the days that I usually take off one a week are basically combined into this time away. It's really just one extra day away, so not a big deal, all right? And then when I return from my time away, more than likely it's going to be like Ultra Street Fighter 2 and PUBG, and then followed by State of Decay 2, followed by H1Z1, followed by Detroit Become Human, followed by the Street Fighter Collection, followed by Vampire, followed by E3. So I think you get that my gist here is that when I come back from time away, it's going to be non-stop new content for you guys on a daily basis. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and that's why it's the perfect opportunity for me to take a few days away from streaming so I can spend time with Kat and rejuvenate myself and prepare for all the new stuff. All right. All right, my friends. So there you go. That's what you guys can expect coming up in the next, couple of weeks, and I hope you're excited for it as much as I am. All right. Outside of that, I really don't have too much else to talk about today. I really hope you guys will join me for the co-op here, get through this fucking final stupid chalice dungeon and get it out of the way and move on. You know, I can only play something for so long. I've been playing for a fucking month in this game. I want it over with at this point, you know. There you go. So, what else is happening? Well, guys, as you know, we are pushing to try to hit the subs goal for this month, 475 subscribers. Sadly, at this point, we have not done it yet. All right. At this point, we're around 438. Actually, I should double check this morning. I will in just a few moments to see if we went up or down. We keep maintaining roughly around like 430 to 440 subs. We seem to be floating around there. And that's fine. I'm certainly grateful for that. But, you know, the subs goal for this month is 475. And the reason this is unfortunate is because I know what's going to happen is when I go on my time away next week, number one, obviously no one's going to subscribe during that time because I won't be live streaming. And number two, there were a significant amount of gifted subscriptions that I received in the month of April, right when I began the Bloodborne Redemption Run playthrough. There were a good 20 to 30 gifted subs, all right? And all of those are going to expire, which is going to significantly dip our subscriber total, all right? So, if we have any hope of hitting the subscriber goal, we need people to step up and subscribe within the next few days before I go on my time off on Monday. So if you're watching this stream right now, you enjoy the content I put out, and you want to see me do a unique and fun event coming up next month, you need to subscribe now, all right? So how does it work? Well, if you subscribe to the channel, first of all, you get access to all of the emotes, the custom emotes that the people in this channel get, and there's a ton of them, all right? Number two, you get the ability to not have to watch advertisements when I run them, and I usually run 1 or 2 ad breaks during every stream, okay? Number three, you get a cool chat crown badge for showing your loyalty. You know, if you just subscribe, you get a bronze crown, 3-month subscriptions, meaning 3 months of support, you get a silver, then after 6 months, it's gold, and after a year, you get some rubies. It's pretty cool, all right? But what we're pushing toward, why are we trying to hit 475 subs? The big event that I am pushing that I want to do is the Street Fighter Anniversary Master Run Challenge. An idea that I came up with in conjunction with a few people who made suggestions in stream chat a couple weeks ago. Here's the deal. If we hit 475 subs, in the month of June, I'm going to be doing a 7 to 8 hour marathon one day where I'm going to run through all of the arcade modes of the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, starting with Street Fighter 2. That's 11 games. 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, 3 versions of Street Fighter Alpha, 3 versions of Street Fighter 3. And I'm going to attempt to beat the hardest level run arcade modes in all of these games in one sitting. It's going to be incredibly challenging because these games, guys, if you're not aware, are very cheap. They literally cheat. All right? They literally cheat a lot, okay? If you're not aware, that basically what the AI does at the highest level is it'll read your button input and try to do a move that will counter hit it. So, for example, in Street Fighter 2, if you're Ryu, you'll go to throw a fireball, the computer will be Zangief and say, oh, you're at the right distance, Zangief. Walk forward and counter sweep that Ryu, because we read that he's trying to do a fireball, and counter hit him during the animation and do double damage. And it will do it. It'll read what you're doing and do a double damage hit to screw you over. It's pretty ridiculous how tough those games are in the highest difficulty, okay? So this marathon, if it happens, will be a lot of rage, a lot of salt, but also a lot of fun. Being that I grew up with these classic Street Fighter games, I think it would be a ton of fun to try to get through them with you guys on stream and try to do this marathon challenge event, all right? That being said, we need to hit the sub count to make it happen. I'm trying to motivate people to subscribe. I hope you guys will. Like I said, 5 days left between now and my time away. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 more streaming days. So 5 more days for you guys to subscribe and try to make it happen. It's funny because every day we get up around 440, 445, sometimes 450, and then overnight it drops again. And that's what stinks is we keep building it up, but then some subs expire and it drops again. So we can just get a few people to be convinced, man, legitimately subscribe. You know, you're not a subscriber, get in on all the fun. You know, I think people would do it, and, you know, the thing is that we don't really talk about it that much. We only talk about it on pre-stream, that's it. So, it is what it is, guys. All right? Anyway, So there you go, guys. That's the deal with the subs. Please consider subbing if you absolutely can. All right. Thank you very much for your support. All right. Let's see. I guess that's it, guys. Let's get into the plug segment. Then we'll do shout-outs because some people have been cheering, subbing, and tipping here on pre-stream. I obviously want to give them, you know, credit for all their contributions. And then we'll go from there, okay, guys? All right, so thank you, guys, for 10 years of support, for watching my videos on YouTube, for now watching my daily live streams. You guys are amazingly awesome. If it weren't for you, I seriously would not be here. It's all about the crowdfunding and the support, right? That's the modern era. To be successful, that's what you need. So thank you guys for 10 years of fun and success. Looking forward to more. If you want to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or video watcher, and you want to contribute to my ability to put out these fun and daily free live streams and gameplay videos, you know, all the time, please consider the following. There are many ways you can contribute. The first would be my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. Okay? If you pledge to my Patreon, number one, your monthly pledges help defray the cost of doing this full time. And let me tell you, it's not cheap. Buying all the games, the cost of electricity, the cost of internet, the cost of maintaining all this equipment. Just had to buy a new hard drive recently to give you a perfect example here. It's not cheap, the stuff that comes up all the time. All right? But in addition to that, you earn personal perks for your contributions to my Patreon campaign. Some examples would be getting text or verbal thank you shout-outs in my videos, being able to nominate and vote on games for special events, including right now, people who pledged to my Patreon last month are actually nominating games for a Patron's Choice playthrough that will be coming up soon. Okay, pretty cool. You could get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show. Hell, you can even get your own private Q&A video made where you can ask me whatever the hell you want, and I'll make a video just for you. Okay, so the perks are great. Hopefully you guys will consider pledging to my Patreon. Check it out again at patreon.com/darksidephil. And to everyone who does pledge, thank you guys very much. Number two, we've got a Teespring, guys, at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. This is my merchandise shop, all right, where you can buy t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, and other stuff. All fan-designed artwork and logos, great quality stuff. I can attest to it because I personally own a bunch of it, and I frequently wear it here on my streams. Give this stuff a look. It's really great stuff, and if you do buy anything, I get a commission, and you get a cool collectible, right? A lot of these logos and things are so cool looking, you know, things you just wear on the street, and they're really fun, all right? So, thank you very much to anyone who has bought anything from my merch shop before. I think it was, last time I got a sale was a couple weeks ago, but thank you. And that is it. Last but not least, guys, if you're here live on the stream, all right, and today you're excited, you like the stuff that I'm putting out, you want to get in on it, on the fun, you want to get a shout out during the stream, well, there's three ways you can get one. You can either cheer with bits, you can subscribe to the channel, or you could tip me. If you do any of those three things during the stream, I will give you a verbal shout out, all right? Now, a couple criteria, a couple ground rules for shout outs. Number one, please be concise. Be as short-worded as possible. Don't post up paragraphs. I'm not going to derail the entirety of the gameplay stream to read a giant thing. Try to be on topic, all right? Perfect example here. You want to say, oh, Phil, you know, this is going on in the game, or, you know, a positive message or a question or something like that. That's perfectly fine. Telling a stand-up comedy joke that has nothing to do with the stream is probably not a good idea. And, you know, no one is immune. Yesterday we had a moderator, King Swaggins, tried to interject a couple jokes. I was like, dude, I'm trying to concentrate on Zealot difficulty Dead Space 2. I can't stop the whole stream to be reading your jokes. So that's a perfect example of something that won't fly as a cheer, okay? Now, in addition, please be positive. And what I mean by that, please don't bring in negativity. Don't try to insult other people. Don't try to come in and say, oh, Phil, did you hear this guy is insulting you here? I don't care. I don't care about your insults. I don't care about people insulting me. I don't care about people rebroadcasting my content. I don't care about any of that shit. This stream is meant to be positive and fun. All right? That's it. Positive, fun gameplay. So hopefully you guys will get it. In fact, the majority of people do. I'd say every day, probably 95% of people who cheer, all right, are positive and fun. And it's a nice experience. You know, you get a couple bad apples here or there, or people who just don't read the rules or don't understand. It's fine. But for the most part, things are great. And you know, the interactivity is a lot of fun, and I really do enjoy it, okay? So, there you go, guys. Now, in addition to, you know, the standard shout-outs, maybe you'd like to go a little bit extra. Maybe you'd like to get a visual representation of, you know, your shout-out on the stream. Well, you could do that as well if you either cheer 50 bits or more, or you subscribe to the channel and you click on the share button when it appears a couple of minutes later, or if you tip me $5 or more. If you do any of those three things, there'll be an on-screen pop-up thank you notification that plays. These are awesome animations made by longtime viewer, fan, and moderator Popsicolo, so shout out to him for making these for us, all right? Good quality stuff, and, you know, it's pretty awesome to get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions here on the stream, right? So that being said, pretty awesome, and, you know, basically, like I said, the shoutouts really do add to the stream. Since I started implementing them a year ago, they make the streams a lot better, a lot more fun, and I'm very happy that I'm doing it, all right? Now, all that being said, guys, a couple quick things. I've already talked about subs. You already know about the subs goal, so I'm not going to go into that again. Tipping. I just mentioned tips a bunch of times. You might be saying, well, I know how to cheer and I know how to sub because those you do right through Twitch, but how do you tip? I don't understand that process. Is not here in front of me, right? There's two ways that you can tip me, guys. And FYI, right now, tipping is heavily preferred. If you really want to help me out the most right now, if you could tip me on today's stream, it would be very much appreciated. Why? Well, very simply put, guys, last month I had to pay my my federal taxes. And when I did, it completely emptied out any excess funds I had in my bank account. And right now, all my bills are clearing. In fact, today, 2 major bills cleared, and I am like biting my fingernails, wondering if I have enough money to clear my final bills that are going to be clearing in the next 1 to 2 days. All right. So that being said, please, guys, please consider tipping me. Why? Because if you tip me, any funds you tip me, I get right away. I get them literally right away. I can put them into my bank account. The past 3 straight days, any tips you guys have given me, I've deposited straight into my bank account to try to make sure that there's enough money in there to clear all my bills. All right. So please consider tipping if you are going to contribute today. So how do you do so? 2 ways. Number 1, if you're watching the live stream and you look below my channel page, you're going to see all this information. You're going to see buttons that go to all different places, like my DSPGaming YouTube channel, and a rules segment that you should definitely read the stream rules and understand them. They're very important. But there's also one that says, you know, I think it's Tip Cup. And if you click on that, it'll take you to my tips page where you can either leave an anonymous tip or you can leave your name and a message so you can get a shout out during the stream. All right. If you don't see any buttons, all right, at all, that's probably because you're on mobile version of Twitch, and a mobile version of Twitch doesn't display channel pages the same way. So if that's the case, you can type in !tip into the stream chat, and boom, our Nightbot moderator bot will bring up a link that you can click on, and that'll also take you to the tips page, okay? So any contributions are much appreciated, but right now, in the short term, tips are more appreciated because I really need your help in the short term. Within a few days here, I should be receiving my payments from all of my different methods, and therefore this will not be a concern. But until I get those funds, I'm kind of stuck in a rut here. All right, guys? Okay, thank you. All right, so there you go, guys. Let's go ahead and let's get to shout-outs. As you guys know, like I said, I do cheer, subs, and tips. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. So first of all, guys, I want to say thank you to those who contribute in general, but there are some people who actually keep me in mind when I'm not even live streaming. I'm not even broadcasting, and there's some people who come into the stream and either cheer, sub, or tip. Your contributions are greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for that. And I want to give credit where credit is due, so let's do some shout-outs for those who cheered overnight, okay? We had the Anti-Detractor, who did a 175-bit cheer. However, his message again was a -1 towards one of my detractors, and I don't want to read it and give that detractor any credit. So thank you for the cheer, but I am not going to read that message, all right? It's against the rules. But he did say, I would love to see you stream with Cat sometime. Well, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know, honestly, if I'm ever going to stream with Cat at this point, because we need to find a good co-op game that we're both interested in playing. And honestly, there just aren't a hell of a lot of them. When you look at them, there just are not a lot of co-op games out there. And the few that there are, you know, we really haven't been too interested in. Maybe in the future, but for now, it's not a major concern. All right. Shout out to Golden Colts, who did 110-bit cheer with a cute dog emo. Actually, what emo is this? This is... Well, it won't show me. Muxy won't show me. It's that cute dog face. So anyway, thank you to Golden Colts for the cheer. And then Kupo Mog 132 did a 132-bit cheer and said, "Hi, Phil Kupo." Well, Kupo to you too. Hello. And welcome to our new resident Moogle, I guess. We have never had a Moogle in Stream Chat before. Apparently now we have a Moogle. Final Fantasy, creature. Long-standing part of the universe. Although it's funny because when the Moogles first showed up, they were kind of mascots. Then they actually became characters in the games. And now they're just mascots again. It's weird how it changes over the years, right? But Kupo to everyone. Kupo to you. And Kupo to Kupo Ma. Good to see you. Alright. Shout out to the people who now have contributed during the live stream. Let's get started with that. So shout out to King Swaggins, who cheers. I don't know if you heard the Nintendo news. Online services will go live in September. Subscribers will have access to 20 classic NES games like Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario Bros. All available at launch. Yeah, for what I'm to understand, they're not doing a virtual console, which everyone said, what? That's crazy. We all want you to have classic Nintendo games available, on demand when we buy them, just like you had virtual console on the previous Nintendo console systems. And Nintendo said, we're not doing that. Instead, we're launching this mandatory online service, $20 a year, to have online capabilities on the Nintendo Switch, but we're going to provide you with 20 classic NES games to start. Now, apparently there will be more later, I guess, but, I mean, this is definitely kind of a weird announcement. People heard this announcement, were very confused. Like, we were all expecting a virtual console at some point for the Switch. We were like, wow, maybe finally we'll have a virtual console for GameCube games, right? No. Nintendo literally just doesn't want to put the effort into it, I guess, and instead just wants to release the same old games you've probably played 400 times for free as like a consolation prize for having to pay $20 a year to play their games online. By the way, what games are you going to be playing of theirs online? I guess Mario Kart and Splatoon 2, and maybe, I guess, what was the other one? ARMS. The one major one I would think coming up is Smash Brothers. That's the one everyone's going to be buying this online pass for, is Smash Brothers. But it's lame because Nintendo has always had free online play for their multiplayer games, and it's now going the way of the dinosaur. It looks like no matter what, if you want to play games online, you've got to pay a subscription service for consoles. So, it is what it is, guys. So you take it however you want. All right? My comment is I think $20 a year is a reasonable price, but to not have a virtual console, I think is completely asinine. I think they should be doing a virtual console for people who want to play older Nintendo games on the modern console. The problem is that would actually take effort. They'd actually have to put effort into emulating these games on the Switch. I don't think they want to put the effort in. Instead, they just want to put crappy emulated versions of these NES games you've played a million times already on every Nintendo console on this new one and claim like, oh, it was for free. Of course it's free because no one's buying those anymore. Everyone's already played them. Why would we buy them again? So, whatever. Nintendo is Nintendo. As you guys know, they do whatever the fuck they want. Whatever. I don't know. Alright. Shout out to Concrete Casket. Concrete Casket cheered and said, how has the Dead Space 2 run been on Zealot? Have you felt it much harder? Well, let me put it this way. Is it much harder? Of course it is. The enemies are hitting for insane damage. Even when an enemy just grazes me, usually does like a half bar damage. Anytime I get hit, the babies rush me, instant death. The raptors charge me, instant death. There's not much you can do about it. But that being said, the checkpoint system in the game is great. So even when I suffer, oh god, I got mobbed, instant death. Usually I can get a really nice checkpoint where I just start right back and I try to regroup. And, even though the babies have killed me a few times, and even though the raptors have killed me a few times in a row, after a few attempts, I've been able to overcome. So honestly, the Zealot difficulty hasn't been a big deal. It hasn't. It seems like a well-designed game where, dying a bunch of times isn't a big deal. Now, I know for a fact, coming up, I think I'm very close to a part of the game where the Regenerator is introduced. And I remember in my original playthrough of the game, the Regenerator was a pain in the fucking ass. First of all, it does a ton of damage if it grabs you. Second of all, you can't kill it. You gotta constantly be on the run from this fucking thing. And it's a major pain in the dick because you have to go through these areas that already have normal enemies while the regenerator is after you. So you have to constantly be turning around, slowing it down, blowing its limbs off, turning around, fighting normal enemies, turning around, fighting the regenerator. Oh, by the way, you're also, when you're going through these areas, you got to be looting, right? And because I'm going to be on Zealot difficulty, I have to loot. I'm going to have no ammo. So this could be very, very freaking challenging, all right? Very challenging. So we're going to see how this goes. You know, tomorrow I resume the playthrough. We'll see how it goes. It could be a lot of rage tomorrow. I guess we'll find out. That Douche Kid Shooty says, is this a new game run plus or not? No, it's not. This is a standard run, standard difficulty. Just trying to get through it and see everything once, and that's the end of the run. King Swag is true to get. He said, what about the Severed DLC? Well, sadly, here's the deal, guys. Did I play Dead Space 2 back in the day? Yes, I did. Did I play the Severed DLC back in the day in 2011? Yes, I did. All right. However, sadly, I played it on PS3. You might be saying, whoa, what? What? That's weird, because back in the day, Phil, you used to always play games on the Xbox 360 when they were cross-platform. 99% of the time you played on 360. Why in the holy hell did you play Dead Space 2 on PS3? And the answer is, I guess, at the time, if you pre-ordered Dead Space 2 on the PS3, for free, you received a copy of Dead Space Extraction, which was the on-rail shooter that originally was a Wii exclusive game. Of course, no one bought it on the Wii. So they ported it to the PS3, and apparently I got it for free. So I said, well, you know, same cost to buy the game on Xbox 360 or PS3. Why would I get it on Xbox 360 when I get a free game if I get it on PS3? So there you go. I ended up getting the PS3 version and the PS3 DLC. So Severed, even though I remember Severed as being pretty good, it would be like another $8 on top of what I've already spent to play the game in order to get it. And I don't know if it's worth it. I guess here's what we'll do. I'm not ruling it out. I will not say, no, there's no way I'm doing it. But let's put it this way. Let's play through the main campaign of the game. Let me finish that up. Let's see when I finish. Maybe, like I said, I have an open stream on Sunday with nothing really going on. If I really have nothing going on, maybe I'll drop the extra $8 to do the Severed DLC on 360. We'll see. I don't want to promise everyone that, but at the same time, I don't want to rule it out. It depends on how long it takes us to get through the main campaign of the game. All right? Fair enough? Okay. King Swag is cheered again, and he says, you don't think the viewers will get burnt out on State of Decay 2, H1Z1, and PUBG all within the same time period? And he says, they're all the same concept at the end of the day. Well, first of all, that's completely wrong. State of Decay 2 is nothing like H1Z1 or PUBG. I mean, H1Z1, isn't it supposed to be like survival? See, I don't know. I've never played H1Z1. From what I understand, H1Z1 is Battle Royale with zombies, and PUBG is obviously just pure Battle Royale, okay? State of Decay 2 is nothing like that. In that game, yes, there's zombies, but you're looting, you're recruiting people to do tower defense, and you have a story-based campaign plus tons of interesting side missions. You've got a lot of vehicles and variety in the gameplay that you can do. That game is nothing like the other two from what I'm to understand. You know, I've never played H1Z1, but from what I'm to understand, H1Z1 was zombie survival with a battle royale style, and then they just took the zombies out, and that became PUBG. So, no, I don't think that people will get burnt out necessarily. I mean, maybe between H1Z1 and PUBG, but I'm not playing PUBG constantly. Every one thing I was playing PUBG every day. I play it, once, twice a week tops? No, I don't think people are going to be burnt out. Plus, when I'm playing State of Decay 2 and H1Z1, I'm not going to be playing PUBG. So, no, I don't think people will be burnt out. Now, he says, a lot of people just think you should drop H1Z1 and do something else, or at most just one stream and be done with it. Well, yeah, I never said I was playing it at length. I don't know where people got this wild misconception that I'm going to be doing, like, 4 straight days of coverage of just H1Z1. I never said that. If anything, you know, State of Decay 2 is going to be my focus for about 3 to 4 days. Then for variety, we're going to go to H1Z1, right? And then, you know, probably play both of those games, mix in maybe a little Street Fighter before Detroit Become Human comes out. I don't know why. I guess people have such a detesting hate for H1Z1. They're just so against me checking it out. Even though for me, I think it would be an interesting experiment. Let's see what the game is that spurned or spawned the Battle Royale craze. It really is the originator, right? Because didn't it start with DayZ and then H1Z1, right? They were kind of around the same thing. And then it became PUBG, and then it went to Fortnite. See? So I think it would be interesting. And again, I'm not saying I'm committing giant chunks of time or money or anything. I don't know why people got this misconception. I'm completely confused. Who said I was spending days and days playing this fucking game? Seriously. So anyway, let's continue. King Swag's cheered yet again. He says, I like how people are hyping up State of Decay 2 when it's not even a AAA game. It doesn't have a full $60 release. Poor Xbox. Well, first of all, right, I don't think that's fair. Because let's be honest here. State of Decay 1 was a $30 release way back when. What was it? I was doing direct capture, I believe, when I played it. So I think it was 2013. I don't think it was 2014. I think it was 2013. Okay, so a long time ago, 5 years ago. It ended up being one of the sleeper hits of the year because when it came out, I hadn't heard much about it. It was just like some people saying, Phil, it's the middle of the summer or whatever. It's boring right now. Why don't you just play this game? It's cheaper, you know. Okay. And I started playing it, and I got addicted to it. Like, I really liked it. And I was like, man, this is actually, pretty good. And next thing you know, I'm playing through the whole campaign. Again, this was a game I didn't even know I was going to do the whole thing. I was playing it on a whim by a couple of suggestions. It ended up being one of my favorite games of the year. All right. Now, maybe it's because I've never played a game like that before. But I really enjoyed State of Decay. I thought it was a well-done game. Did it have bugs? Absolutely. Did it lack a lot of polish of AAA titles? Sure it did. Could it use improvement? Absolutely. But for a $30 release, it was one of the best games of the year by far. All right. So fast forward now to 2018. State of Decay 2 is much the same thing. It's a $30 release. From what I've hearing, it's very similar to the first game. There are some graphical tweaks and there's some gameplay tweaks, but for the most part, it's very similar to the first game. Quite frankly, the first game was good in my opinion. So if it's just more of the same, I think State of Decay 2 is going to be very good. Okay. But yeah, no, is it a huge AAA release? Of course not. Is it going to live up to God of War hype? Fuck no. But, I mean, maybe there are some Xbox aficionados who are pretty upset with the fact that PS4 got God of War, right? PS4 just got God of War. A giant system seller. Tons of people who never owned a PS4 before and had always been super duper fans of the Xbox One or Xbox console in general. All right. Basically, they went out of their way to go buy PS4 to play this game because they said, fuck, I'm so tired of being left out with the PlayStation exclusives. I can't play. This is it. This is the breaking point. I'm going to buy a PS4 right now. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think that State of Decay is just a situation where people who only own Xboxes are so angry that Sea of Thieves was a piece of shit and all of their console exclusives are trash that they're finally just like super duper hyping everything on the Xbox. That, in my opinion, is not a good thing to do. Because what they're going to do is they're going to build up expectations that this game's like a AAA quality game, which it is not. I think we all know that. And then it's going to release and have bugs and be, not be polished and people will be all pissed. But for what it is, if you treat it as a half-price game, I think it's going to have a ton of gameplay. It's going to have a lot of fun. I think it's going to be good. So I hope that the playthrough ends up being great. Okay. Shout out to King Swagons again. He says, you said I can make jokes on pre-stream. Can I do one joke to get it out of my system? Yes, King Swagons, there's nothing wrong with making jokes. The problem is you were making jokes during gameplay, the hardest difficulty of Dead Space 2. You expected me to completely stop what I was doing in the game and derail it to tell a joke. All right? Probably not a good idea. Okay. And, it derails everything. It does. You know, like I said live on stream yesterday. When I'm playing a game, it's about me playing the game. It's not about you doing a stand-up comedy act, you know? It's one thing if you want to ask a quick question or say something positive or even something interesting that has to do with gaming. A random joke out of nowhere that literally has nothing to do with anything is the exact definition of what is not cool about a shout-out message during a stream. Even though it may not be negative, it's still annoying. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Eternal Napalm. Eternal Napalm cheered and says, as a patron who pledges $5, I don't have access to post my game for Patron's Choice yet. Please officially nominate Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem for me. Well, first of all, Eternal Napalm, if you don't have premium forum access, all right, I did message all patrons from April on Sunday night, so if you could at least confirm that you got my my message on Patreon, that would be much appreciated, okay? Because obviously now you got me nervous that maybe for some reason you didn't get it. Now, if you did get it, please respond. I don't know if you did or not. Please respond with your personal information from my forum so that I can get you upgraded. The way the process works, and fair enough if you didn't know, the way the process works is once I get your information, I gather all that information together, and then at the end of the week, so for example, this weekend, I'll be forwarding that to my webmaster, Onyx. He'll then go through that information the coming week and get everyone upgraded. So at the very latest, all right, by the middle of May, you will be upgraded. And the good news is the nominations process is going to run until the last week of May. Then the final week of May is when I'm going to open up the poll based on the games that were nominated. So you have plenty of time, even though I know it wasn't a lickety-split turnaround. Sadly, the process for Patreon is very manual. There's no way to automatically have this stuff done. I wish there were. I wish that every month people could pledge and immediately an automated message goes out and says, please just give me your information, and it goes into a database, and immediately that database files that information, sends it to my webmaster, and my webmaster can just on his, you know, boom, boom, boom. Unfortunately, it's all manual. It's all manual work. It sucks. And I've been doing it this way for 3 years, and Patreon sadly has never upgraded anything to the point to make it any easier for guys like me. So you will be upgraded, no worries. Let me put it this way: if you're not upgraded by the next to last week of May, like when I come back from break and I'm playing State of Decay 2, if you're still not upgraded, then please let me know, and I will get right on it. Okay? But as for right now, you're in line with how the process works. Around this weekend-ish, I'm going to gather together all my responses from people on Patreon and get you guys into the in line for being upgraded. All right. Fair enough? All right. I got an anonymous dollar tip. Anonymous dollar tip. Now, listen to this. Riddle me this. What has 13 hearts but no other organs? Take your time to answer. Another tip awaits you if you guess correctly. I don't even need time. This is easy. A deck of cards. A deck of cards has 13 heart-faced cards, 2 through 10, which is 9, right? And then the 4 face cards. Jack, Queen, King, Ace. So that's 13 hearts. And if there's no other organs in the deck of cards, there's your answer. That was an easy one. Sometimes I'm good with these riddles. Sometimes I'm terrible, but that was an easy answer. So thank you for the tip. And very nice. All right. Shout out to Nunya Business, who tipped me $5. And says, hey, Phil, can you unban me, please? I'm subbed, and I have no idea why I was banned. Well, once again, here's what I have to say to something like this. Okay? If you find yourself banned randomly in this stream chat, all right, there's 3 ways that it could have happened. Number 1, I saw you do something to break the rules, and I banned you. Number 2, a moderator saw you do something to break the rules and banned you. Or number 3, you were banned in error. All right? 3 possibilities. If you feel you were banned in error, all right, or even if you feel like, man, I was banned for acting like a jerk, but I'm kind of apologetic and I realize I did something wrong, you can always contact me and I will review the situation. And a lot of people get unbanned just by being nice and saying, listen, it won't happen again or whatever, okay? However, the problem we have here is that, guess what? You didn't tell me your Twitch name. Guys, I cannot exaggerate this more. So many people contact me, Phil, I don't know what happened. It seems like I was kicked from your stream chat. Can you get me back in? And they don't tell me their name. If you don't tell me your name on Twitch, there's no possible way I can unban you or figure out what happened. So here's a perfect example. First of all, you didn't have to tip me, and I want to make that abundantly clear. You're not buying your freedom from being banned. All you needed to do is email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com. I would have looked into it. But I think what it is some people want an immediate response, okay? So this guy probably wanted to see it right away. So I appreciate the tip, and by the way, you are the top tipper. You will hit the leaderboard, but I'm not going to unban you just because you tipped me. What you need to do is tell me your Twitch name, then I need to look up the chat logs to see if and why you got banned, and based on that, I'll make a determination of whether or not I'm going to unban you or not, alright? So understand, just because, oh, I got banned erroneously, or I got banned, I don't know why. You're not going to get unbanned just by default. I am going to look into it. So if you were in here doing nasty stuff, and then you try to come back and fool someone to get you unbanned, it ain't going to work, alright? So just making that very, very clear, alright? So, none of your business. If you really want to get or look into getting unbanned, email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. Later today or tomorrow, I'll look into it, try to figure out what happened, and if you are worthy of an unban, I will. If not, you're going to stay banned, alright? That's how it works. But, I mean, this is crazy. People who want to get unbanned and never give me their names. There's so many. I'm not even kidding. On Twitter, email, and everywhere. I need to get unbanned. I was unfairly banned. What the fuck is your name? Why didn't you tell me? That's like, it's just simple. It's like walking into a clothing store. I bought a pair of pants, and within a day the buttons fell off. Okay, sir. Well, do you have your receipt? No. Do you have the pair of pants with you? No. Well, then what do you want from me? I can't help you then. You know? But people do that shit too. So. Alright, so anyway, none of your business is actually the top tip for today. So I'm going to put you on the leaderboard there. Shit, how does it spell? There we go. That's how it's spelled. None your business. Okay. Alright, and then King Swaggins did a 1,000-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for today's stream. And King Swaggins says, why did the coffee file a police report? Because it was mugged. Badum tis, laughing out loud. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and get... God. Let's get King Swaggins up there as the top cheerer for today. Thank you, King Swaggins, for the cheer. Good lord. Alright, shout out to Aussie Sly 47 Adam, who did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Aussie Sly, for the cheer. I appreciate that. King Swaggins cheered again. He said, if you finish the challenges early, it'd be cool if you jumped into New Game Plus and faced Ludwig again with your better build. Even if you don't beat him, it doesn't matter since you already got your revenge. Probably won't happen. I mean, think about it. I would have to go through the entire early part of the DLC again. And it would probably take me a long-ass time to get back to him. But also, I do need to finish the game. Like, I didn't fight Gehrman, and I didn't fight Moon Presence. So, I do have 2 more bosses to fight. Even if I beat the Queen, I still have 2 more fucking bosses to fight. So, I really doubt I'm going back for Ludwig. I don't see the point anyway, but... Alright, I got an anonymous $1 tip. They said, very good, here's your prize. Another riddle will come your way, but when is unclear. Good luck for next time. Alright, well, thank you to the anonymous Riddler. I think we're gonna term this person the anonymous Riddler. Since they provided us all with a mind-numbing riddle that I solved within 2 seconds. But, maybe it was just me being lucky. Maybe we'll have more riddles coming our way. That was pretty cool. None of your business. Tip me $1. It says, none of your business is my Twitch name. I'll email you. Alright, email me. Give me the details. I'll look into it. We'll see what happens. And then Cody Carls just cheered. He said, despite there not being many Xbox One exclusives, especially as of late, which Xbox One exclusive has been your favorite of this generation so far? This generation? Oh, fuck me. First of all, I have to think, what the fuck were Xbox exclusives of this generation? Shit. I mean, no, really. This is tough. What were Xbox exclusives? I guess maybe Cuphead, even though that wasn't an Xbox exclusive. That was a Microsoft exclusive. You could get it on PC too. Probably Cuphead, I would think. You know, Rare Replay was also another notable one. All the Rare games, you know, in one collection. But I think Cuphead was probably the best one. Some people are saying Killer Instinct. Let's say Overdrive. Fuck no. I didn't like that game at all. I thought that game was boring. Yeah, some people are like, Killer Instinct is the only game that, you know, that was Xbox exclusive that you really wish was on another console, because sadly, and this is the truth, you know, Killer Instinct had limited success. It probably would have had way more success if it were cross-platform. If it were on PS4 and PC, the game probably would have done way better. It's a shame it was Xbox One exclusive, because remember, when Xbox One released and it was a launch title, not a lot of people ran out to get it because of the insanely huge negative press that went towards the way of the Xbox One, because of Don Matrick doing so much stupid shit with the oh, it's going to be online only. You can't trade in games. You need a Kinect to use it. A lot of people just didn't rush out and buy the Xbox One at launch because it was such a bad situation. Now, over time, the Xbox One grew on a lot of people, and it ended up selling really well over time. But initially, a game like KI that really needed people to have an installed base of players failed, you know, in comparison to other fighters, because it didn't have that because of the console it was on. So I kind of agree that even though I don't really care about KI anymore, and I played it pretty much only at the launch window, I do agree it's a sad state that the game could have done a lot better if it were cross-platform. But overall, you know, best exclusive for Xbox One? Fuck, man. I mean, like I said, Cuphead is like the biggest one that comes to mind for me. God of War 4 I didn't like. Well, not that I didn't like it, I just didn't think it was anything special. The current Halos I hate. I think they're terrible compared to the old Halos. Sea of Thieves was garbage, right? PUBG isn't an Xbox exclusive, and it's a garbage game anyway. I mean, fuck. Forza Horizon 3, I mean, that was a good game. I agree, Forza Horizon 3 was pretty good. This is really tough. I said God of War 4, I meant to say Gears of War 4. I literally, every time I say God of War or Gears of War, I say the wrong one. Of course, I meant Gears of War 4. Alright, well, I'm just left kind of scratching my head here. I can't really legitimately answer the question. Well, none of your business. Holy shit. None of your business just tipped me $100. Wow. Well, thank you, none of your business. I really do appreciate that. By the way, I should say this. There's no guarantee I'm going to unban you again. So I hope that you're contributing just for the sake of helping me out. In which case, if that's the case, thank you. I will look, like I said, I will look into your situation later tonight. But thank you for the $100 tip. Holy shit. $100 tip. Did you guys see that on stream? I didn't see the animation. I was answering a question. So thank you very much, Nunya Business. See, the thing is, Nunya, I hope you understand this. What a lot of people will say, if I just unban you without reviewing the situation, this guy bought his unbanned, see? Anyone can get around Phil's moderation system by sending him monies. And that's not true. There have been a ton of people who were subscribers, ton of people who were cheering, and people who've tipped me who broke the rules and were unapologetic for it, and continuous rule breakers. And, you know, some of them I do give second chances, and they don't learn their lesson, you know? And then they just, they get banned, and that's it. So it's not the case. But just understand, you know, thank you. I really do appreciate the contribution. It helps a ton. Like I said, right now what I'm going to do, as soon as I finish today's stream, I'm going to put that money straight into my bank account. Right? It's going to help tremendously with the bills coming out. But understand, it doesn't guarantee you're unbanned. I got to double check and see the situation, so. Alright, fair enough. Alright, guys. Alright, so. I guess that's it for the pre-stream. Again, guys, I would like to say thank you very much for your cheers, subs, and tips. Alright, very, very appreciative of anything that you guys contribute. Thank you for that. And, wow, Nunya just tipped me another $5. I said, nah, I understand. Well, thank you, Nunya. Awesome. Good. Someone who actually understands, that's cool. Oh, hold on. King Swaggins just cheered. He says, riddle me this. The one who makes it always sells it. The one who buys it never uses it. The one who uses it never knows he's using it. Answer correctly, and I'll cheer another 1,000 bits. So the one who makes it always sells it. So that's obviously duty, right? The person who buys it never uses it. If you buy duty, you probably would not use the duty. The one who uses it never knows he's using it. Alright, maybe it's not duty. The one who uses it never knows he's using it. So the one who buys it always sells. So what do you buy to sell? What do you buy only to sell? Always, you have to always sell it. No matter when you buy it, you always sell it. I think that's the key here. What do you buy that you would always sell no matter what, right? Oh, so is it a sub in the stream chat? That's pretty funny. What? The one who, so is it drugs? It's drugs. So the one who uses it never knows he's using it? Drugs? I don't think so. Let's see here. The one who oh wait, well, wait a minute, I fucked it up. I was completely reading it wrong. It's the one who makes it always sells it, not the one who buys it always sells it. I read it completely wrong. So the one who makes it always sells it. Something you would make, but you only make it to sell. It wouldn't be something you keep for yourself. Okay? The one who buys it never uses it. The one who uses it never knows he's using it. I've got it. Well, no. See, this is a good guess. I don't think it's correct. A grave. The one who digs a grave always gives it to a dead body, not to themselves. The one who buys a grave never uses it. You're buying it for someone else who's dead, and the one who uses it never knows he's using it because he's fucking dead. But that's not correct, because the truth is you could buy your own grave ahead of time, right? You could buy your own grave ahead of time and then just be buried in it once you're dead. And you could dig your own grave. So that's not the case. Maybe a coffin? Well, then again, you could make your own coffin. You could buy your own coffin. So it's not that either. It's not a casket, and it's not a grave. I don't know. This is a tricky one, King Swaggins. I think you might have stumped me, at least temporarily, on this one. So I tried. That's my best. That's why it was my best guess, was either a grave or a coffin, and I don't think that either one is correct. Lucifer says, well, if you're buried alive, you know that you're using it. I guess that's true. Alright. Well, King Swaggins, I guess you stumped me for now. Thank you very much for the challenge. I think I have been stumped. The one who makes it always sells it. Who makes something that you always sell? Oh, wait. I've got it. Poison. The one who makes poison would sell it. You wouldn't want to keep your own poison. The one who buys it never uses it because you would not want to kill yourself. The one who uses it never knows he's using it because you're poisoning the person. You're trying to kill them. But then again, that's not true either. Because the one who buys it could use it. If you're trying to commit suicide, you could drink poison. Yeah, so it's not poison. Damn, I thought I had it. Nah, that's not it. Alright, I give up. I give up. I'm stumped. I tap out. That was a good challenging one, though, but I tap out. What? Wait a minute. King Swaggins cheered 999 bits and said that it's the effort that counts. The answer was a coffin. That's not true. He says, not quite not the full answer, so I can't give you the full 1,000 bits. Here's 999. That's not true. The one who makes it always sells it. Not true. You could make your own coffin. The one who buys it never uses it. Not true. You could buy your own coffin in advance. And the one who uses it never knows he's using it. That's not true either, because if you pre-purchase the coffin, you'll know that you're buried in it. So that actually, that riddle fails. The riddle fails. Riddle fail. Hashtag riddle fail. What the hell? Bionic Shoot, that's not true. He says you can't make or buy your own coffin in advance. That's completely false. You could buy it. That's not true. I'm telling you, it's not true. You could do it. You could buy your own. You could arrange for your own grave. You could arrange for your own funeral. You could arrange for all that. Yeah, I believe you have to put it in a will. I believe if you put it in your will, what's considered a living will, you say, okay, when I die, I want this coffin from this funeral home, and I want, you know, this and this. You could do all that, and then it all gets arranged. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, the riddle failed. The riddle epically failed. Alright, guys. So, thank you, everyone, for your cheers, subs, and tips. I appreciate it, for your contributions. Now we're jumping into Bloodborne. What we need to do... So, here's the deal. I'm going to appeal to stream chat. I'm going to ask you guys. So, looking this up, alright, basically, there's two options. I either need to do the Lower Lauren Chalice or the Great Is Chalice, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I have the components to do either one. And to do the greater... Hold on. Great Thumeru Ithil Chalice, which is the chalice that has, that's the chalice that has the queen in it. I need 9 level 5 ritual blood, which I believe I already have. 4 red jellies, of which I only have 2. 25 arcane haze, which I know I can get. 1 living string, which I believe I got already. And 1,000, or excuse me. Fuck again, man. 11,500 blood echoes. So there you go. There you go. I just need the 2 red jellies, I think. So, what's the best option here, guys? Do you think... What would be the better dungeon to do for this? Would it be the... Hold on. The Lower Lauren Chalice or the Great Is Chalice? What do you guys think? Is Chalice is easier? The Great Is Chalice is easier. Okay. And it says the red jellies, I need 2 of them, and they're both in layer 3 of the Great Is Chalice. Chaos All the Way says you need the string. Yes, but I believe I have it, don't I? Don't I have the living string? I think I have it. Let me double check here. Let me see where you get it from. Let's see here. Wait, this isn't right? No, right here. Living string. Where do you get it from? What the fuck? I didn't click that. Stupid fucking wiki. Living string. In the Nightmare of Mensis, after defeating Mikolash and using the lever to drop the Mother Frenzy Brain, it's obtainable by accessing a green key. Yeah, I got it. Yup. Yeah, I got the living string from the brain. I got it already, so I'm good there. Alright. So all I needed are 2 red jellies. It sounds like we're going to the... Hold on. It sounds like we're going to the Great Is Chalice. And I'm going to do some summons to get through that quick to get to layer 3. Okay, guys? Alright. Oh, King Swag Sheared said, alas, another riddle, dude. Alright, we don't really have time for this. I'll read it, but I'm not going to answer it. Whoever makes it tells it not. Whoever takes it knows it not. Whoever knows it wants it not. Get this one and another 1,000 bits. Fuck. A rumor? No. I don't know. I don't have time for this. I need to start with the game. So, enough of that. Maybe we'll re-explore it later, but I'm not looking into this now. Alright, guys. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's jump in. Let's try to get through this, Let's try to get through this dungeon. The Great Is Chalice. To get to the fucking, to get to the stupid red jellies, and then we can finally get to the last one. Sound good? Alright. Let's do this, my friends. Let's begin. Alright.